You live in California?
Unfortunately.
Yes,
Oh.
he is a
Terrible here.
Californian.
And
Well,
I'm
very
also a paleo
interesting.
major, so...
Suffice to say, Arthur doesn't have any rights.
Rights were rights.
Exactly.
Are you talking about those things that are in the Bill of Rights? Because those don't apply here.
Oh, I'm sure they do, just not to you. Explicitly you.
Well, apart from a terrible living standards contest, what we're actually here for, and when Arson eventually joins us.
Yeah, every time for Daehoon, isn't it?
Hopefully.
I don't know if he pays attention to Discord during the winter.
Pretty sure he doesn't, given what happened last winter.
Yeah. So, if this campaign extends for another year, which it probably will, I won't be surprised if he doesn't pay attention during that time as well.
He might just not have internet wherever he is.
That is true.
That's gonna get an F in chat from me.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway. So, last week, did some investigation. Actually did a bit of retcon, too. With, Arson discovering what happened downstairs. Then you did some investigation, talked with a fox lady. Liv got turned into a sheep. Found out that what's his name? Shara doesn't know how to spell in cuneiform. Got Liv turned back into normal, quote unquote. Went back to the bear brawler. Fleur contacted the group that she had been with for the past 2 weeks. Arson challenged better Arson to a duel, which he obliged, and got pwned. Not before leaving a crossbow bolt in his shoulder above the heart, which allowed Stervon and Sorath to notice better Arson's secret. And there was something else, but I don't. Oh, Miss Olivia
Liv
tried.
doesn't know how to fucking
Yeah,
fly.
yeah. Miss Olivia's bullying Stervon and Hogasawa to teach her to fly. Which brings us to this week.
Fantastic.
So,
Also, really love that Chomper and Sorath are right next to each other.
probably not by choice.
It's because of Silver and Liv just bookending them. It's very uncomfortable.
For both of them.
Look, Sturbon, all I'm saying is, you know how to fly. I know how to jump off of banisters. We can work with this.
Great, except you know how to crash into the ground instead of actually flap your blasted wings. There's a
Oh, do you-
technique to them.
Oh, do you want me to go again?
How about you try it from the ground?
She once again unfurls her wings and starts flapping them, starting to blow bottles almost off the bar.
How about we do this outside before you destroy the entire blessed bar again?
Look, Sturbon, I'm not flying. Wow.
Your technique's terrible.
Oh, yeah, you're one to fucking talk. You don't have wings in this form, do you? She says as she just like turns around to smack Sturbon in the face with her wing. Bella's noticeably stepping back, not to get hit herself.
I see we're especially touchy right now. Oof.
You could have just turned into a giant eagle, but no.
I turned into a sparrow, it's just fine. That worked out just fine.
You know what? Fine. You're not even the only tiefling here that I have to take this from. She says, sort of uncomfortably crawling under Chomper and grabbing the samurai by the arm. Fuck you.
I'm pretty sure the
I'm-
samurai isn't a tiefling. Is he?
He is.
Oh, alright.
I'm starting my own flight club with blackjack and hookers.
Sounds like you.
She says, trying to drag the samurai away from Fleur.
Aren't you just going
Outside.
to be playing blackjack against a mirror version of yourself? We do have one running around. Remember?
She flips around, being careful not to hit Fleur with the tail. Actually, maybe if I can find her.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she can fly better than you at this point.
Shut the fuck up. I don't need to take this from a druid.
Ah, Ceremon's spitting fire! And the kind of fire that Liv doesn't have resistance to.
It's fine, I don't need to sleep. He does. I can just stab him then.
That'd be the first time. A tiefling's been stabbed at least in their sleep.
Hell, I've even been stabbed by a devil well in my dream asleep.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
That's pretty much what I was talking about. Oof. Just wonderful.
No, Bella flames over to Sturbon's like, you don't actually want to go outside and see her fail?
I already saw her fail. What would, like... I mean, I guess I could outside and enjoy more chaos. Wait, where is that?
Yeah, also she tends to, like, light things on fire. And there are trees. And he's gone!
It's called teleportation. Get used to it.
She just immediately disappeared after that. Neat.
Druid magic.
He ran outside at the words fire and tree.
I actually sleep in one of those. I'd rather like it if my house didn't light on. Well, my bed didn't light on fire. It's great.
All right, so we start on the ground, or I jump up, or I climb up to the roof and jump from there.
If you want to do that, you can. I'll just enjoy, and probably get the doctor afterwards.
Hold the fuck up. Do you think our insurance policy can cover more than one doctor visit in a year?
Well, this is Fantasy Germany, not Fantasy America.
True.
Yes, but
So
it's
probably.
more Fantasy second like Germany than Fantasy America. Look, Arson's not on the insurance plan. That was out of his own expenses. But
Start on the ground. No need to get yourself more beat up than you need to.
I am a master at throwing random bullshit at the ground, so I break my fall. But yeah, all right.
And this one will go through the literal and figurative motions of how to fly. Gonna need you to make 2 checks, an intelligence and a strength.
Ah, yes. Two things Liv is known for being great at. Let's start with intelligence. Nice, Liv. Beautiful.
Well,
What
you
the fuck?
well, you definitely have the strength for it. You just don't. You're not quite understanding how to flap your wings.
It's quite simple, really.
I don't know what the fuck you two are talking about updrafts and air currents, alright?
You mess
Don't
them
I
up
just,
and
like,
you fall.
don't I just beat my wings really hard and take off?
Well, no, the
Just
point
have
is
a
to get.
position.
Maybe if you want to hover, but that way you'll get really tired. Also,
What if I used controlled magical explosions to effectively propel me into the stratosphere like a fucking rocket? Oh wait, neither of you know what rockets are, do you?
no.
You'd probably figure that one out pretty easily.
Wait, no, he might, fireworks and all. I don't know about you, Sturbon.
Santo
So,
might know.
Yeah, that's why she turned. That's why she was pointing at the at the samurai.
No,
Well, also there is probably a somewhat small cultural exchange of fucking gunpowder.
yeah, isn't there guns? We would know something's close
Well,
to
yes,
it at least.
we've also seen guns.
Yeah. There'd be
Okay,
something of a knowledge.
okay.
the point is to get the air moving over your wings in such a way that it the force or the pressure above your wings is greater than gravity can pull you down.
Okay, all I'm hearing is that it can still be solved with the fireball.
This is not working.
Hey, Sora, I have a very stupid idea. Do you think you can fireball under my feet after I jump to lift me into the air? To which there's a very loud no and infernal coming back. Alright, well, I tried that.
I think we should probably put off the flying lessons for a later time.
What if I use a bunch of Eldritch Blasts and propel myself into the air?
I doubt that would work.
You'd probably die.
Well, you know what? Why don't we try? You know what? This is Veritas's property anyways. We can do what the fuck we want.
If warlocks could do that, they would already be doing that with homemade wings strapped to their back, alright? You see too many warlocks doing that. Purposefully.
Do enough warlocks know how to make homemade wings?
Hey, you just strap some paper together. It's not that hard.
I don't think that's how it works, Dermod.
I mean, it doesn't work that way if you actually want to fly, but it works quite well if you just want to make some wings.
You know what? Fuck you, Sturbot. I'm gonna try anyways, just to spite you. She says, turning her hands to the ground like Iron Man's propulsion blasters, and will cast Eldritch Blast at the ground just to see if it can produce enough force to lift her off of the ground.
No, but you might chip the stone.
Okay, well, she looks down at the two blast holes in the ground. Okay, well, fine. Note to self, can't propel me into the air, but I can use it for a rather successful drilling operation.
And not very successful. If you want to actually be successful at drilling, you actually gotta make a bigger hole with each blast. You know, it's quite slow if you do that size.
Yes, but if it's a one-man operation, we don't have to worry about degradation of tools. Frankly speaking, it's going to be a lot cheaper if we just use Warlock power.
Well, seeing as you're the only Warlock, I'd say you're fine. In the entire group.
No.
Besides Fleur.
Hold up. Hey, Fleur, do you want to start a drilling operation just by casting Eldritch Blast at the ground?
Oh, dear. I think the answer is
No.
no. Let's see.
Fuck. Well, it was worth a shot.
Well, you're also forgetting that Silvar is also a warlock.
But he's not a part of the team.
Yeah.
He's not?
He's just a random NPC we just drag into this every once in a while.
Well, no. Silvar is for slave. We just don't count slaves as part of the group.
I thought we were talking about what's his name? Gosh darn.
Libertas?
Yeah, Libertas. Excuse me.
Well, yeah, okay. We probably don't drag Libertas into nearly as many things as we do. But he's stuck with us now. Forever.
Unfortunately for him.
She leans in closer to the samurai and goes, "Look, man, I'm gonna be upfront with you. After we're done with this case, you're going to run far away from us in the opposite direction, or else we will adopt you as part of the party. I hope you understand."
Now that kind of brings me to what I want to talk to you about. And you specifically, Miss Pleasure.
Oh, please, Miss Pleasure was my mother. No, it's not. No, it's not. I can't say her name, or else I will invoke the wrath of the Nine Hells. But, go on.
Well, you already know that I am of noble blood, and I'm pretty sure you know she's of noble heritage.
Yes. She's the only one I won't stab with this +1 dagger of warlock of noble killing. She goes to reach for the dagger and then realizes that Sorath currently has it. Never mind.
Point being is that two people of noble heritage tend to have arranged marriages.
Unfortunate for them.
True. That is very unfortunate for them. I'm glad we can agree on something today, Sturban.
And I have been engaged to Fleur.
Unfortunate for you.
Alright, Sturban, do you think if I cast Eldritch Blast in his general direction, I will get enough propulsion to take off?
Yes, because he will probably kill you with enough force to actually send you to another country. But I mean, you can try.
Okay.
Now,
fine.
Now here's the thing. I and her mother were the ones to arrange this. However, at the time, I did not know you were a part of the picture.
Oh, don't worry, sweetheart. You have to sleep. I don't. I can stab you in your sleep. Don't worry. I will make it very quick and very painless.
However, I was reserving, making this official between the two of us for a bit, and I am guessing by your meaningless threats.
Sweetheart, you don't have to worry. Very few of the things that my father actually taught me, political assassination was one of them.
So worry a lot or not, it doesn't matter.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, between you and me, I've personally led to the death of like 3 minor dukes back in the Gia.
Minor. And they didn't know how to fight like most royalty. Seem to think it's beneath them.
Actually, they were very much skilled warriors. It's kind of like a whole thing in our culture.
Yeah, but they think common people won't kill them because they're of the higher class and no one would dare touch them. And then they realize too late that that's incorrect.
Well, I mean, okay, that's also a fair point, but I was literally entrenched in political intrigue from a young age.
Point being is that I can call off this engagement.
Oh yeah, bro. Like, me aside, you also have to go through Libertas if you really want to do that.
And then you'd also have to deal with Fleur herself if she actually wants to do that.
Also,
Which is kind of the reason why I was the one to make the arrangements, is because I know things between her and her mother are kind of tense.
Also, if you kill either me, Libertas, or both of us, I don't think she's going to want to see you ever again.
It's fine. Marriages have been made with worse. I can assure you of that.
Those usually also lead to political assassinations. 2.5 of those dukes that I murdered were over a tense marriage situation.
It's not even that tense until you find out that one of them murdered their wives. Like all of the friends of their wife. It's great.
There's this one asshole who, like, killed 3 of his wives, divorced 2 others because they wouldn't bear him a son.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, man started a whole new fucking church because of it, too?
That's even more unfortunate. You know how hard those things are to keep going? Like, correctly?
I think it only worked because, definitionally speaking, it became a theocracy. That country became a theocracy.
Oh, those are great.
Well,
just inform the pheasants that they'll go to heaven if they go kill this guy.
I mean, theocracy in name only. He was the head of the church, but really he left it to the existing clergymen and focused more on the political part. Also, at that point, like, the other nobles rallied to give themselves rights and strip them from the king. So frankly, he is more of a figurehead by that point anyways. It's all very complicated.
I'm sure.
You can actually read about it. Here she says pulling out an English textbook, English history textbook, and handing it to Swan.
Great.
Oh yeah, I Breakfast annotated it, by the way, so you might get some of his more spicy political opinions.
What, that they don't eat enough jalapenos?
No. Breakfast, you see, Breakfast is wider than literally any of us here. I think if we put slightly too much pepper into him, he would literally explode.
Good to know. So pepper is his weakness.
I don't think you want Breakfast to literally explode.
I'm sure if I'm a mile away, I'm fine.
I doubt that. Honestly, I think that even goes for, weird bastard son here over there, who killed a heck of Tonkeries. I'm pretty sure Breakfast going, thermonuclear would render the entire city of Snockcape uninhabitable for like the next 150 years at least.
Wonderful. I'm sure it'd be quite a story to tell. 1 second there was a city, next there's just a crater.
Well, I suppose it'd be more like, how do I put this? Chemical warfare? Speaking of which, if you ever need to gas out an entire cave full of trolls, get some bleach from our cleaning supplies on the ship and some ammonia, mix them together, and just chuck it. Oh, make sure you're also holding your breath at the time. And that there isn't a slight breeze blowing back towards you.
I mean, aren't trolls particularly smelly themselves?
Yes, but you see, this type of smelly glass is a nerve agent.
Oh, great.
You can ask Breakfast, and remember that asshole with a fucking rifle that we dealt with at, that noble's house that Arson tried to burn to the ground, getting the fake Demonomicon? I believe he also would know what I'm talking about in that regard. Fuck, he fought for the side that invented it.
As interesting as this is, or as disturbing as this is.
Wait. Look here. If you need a very simple list on how to deal with opponents effectively, well, she pulls out the Geneva Conventions. Effectively, just use this as a checklist.
It's one way to get every nation to want to kill you, except for your friends. It's great.
All nations can't kill you if they're all dead.
True. But you have to kill them first.
Well, that's why you use these. If you get some really hot rocks that might glow slightly green, careful with those. But also you can craft them into a bomb that will just obliterate 2 cities. I know Himiko's somewhere out here. Himiko, you can back me up on this, right? I'm gonna take your astounded silence as a yes. Look, TLDR, a port for 2 cities. It's a very equal trade.
Very equal. What, they give them a port in exchange for 2 cities? That's wonderful.
More like the people that worship Himiko's boss in another world, bombed a harbor, in, like, a surprise attack, leading the country who owned the harbor into a worldwide conflict that resulted in the peoples who got bombed by the people that worship Himiko's boss developing the bomb that can obliterate a city in seconds, and then just dropping it on 2 heavily populated civilians.
Sounds fantastic.
It was an entirely fair trade.
Fair is not something I would call it, but yeah, sure.
Well, I mean, the amount of people who actually died from those 2 bombings combined only equal said country firebombing their capital. Well, their opponent's capital, not their own capital. They were 2 separate countries. It wasn't a civil war. Though that country that wiped out 2 cities off the face of the earth did also fight a civil war. You know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. TLDR, yeah, please call off the wedding before I wipe 2 cities from your homeland off the face of the planet.
Wouldn't that be your homeland as well? Just asking.
No, my homeland's a Gia.
You'd be wiping out
right.
Hana-chan's homeland. Fleur's homeland.
Well,
which would make her very happy with you, I'm sure.
I just avoid her home city, obviously.
Which is also my home city.
Fuck. Well, I'll find 2 other cities and bomb them.
We were childhood friends.
And I know how to harness the power of the glowing rock to unleash the power of the motherfucking sun.
May I?
I have the power of God and anime on my side.
You lost anime.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Well, I still have the power of God.
May I finish what I was trying to say?
We'll just keep going on tangents. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you can just keep going in the background.
Well, I was going to bring it up with Flora, and actually she does know about the engagement thing. However, she's waiting for me to actually propose. That being the case,
honestly speaking, there's a 40-60 chance that she won't understand if you actually propose. Just ask Libertas. He can tell you in excruciating detail.
but during these past 2 weeks, she talked a lot about you. You as a group and you individually.
Oh, well, okay. Even if we weren't a couple, I think it's kind of hard not to talk about the Order of the Swan and not extensively talk about the bullshit I specifically get up to. I think literally only Arson has me beat in that regard, and that's because he burned down a nobleman's house.
Nah,
So
the only reason why I will call off the engagement is if you were going to propose.
Oh, dear.
Now, it doesn't need to be immediate, just eventual.
So what I'm hearing is I should burn down a nobleman's house, she says, thinking out loud and looking over at the samurai.
Are you even listening?
Yes.
Yes.
I understand.
No.
I understand.
Let's not try and be more crazy than Arson. The man's drugged half the time.
Wait, hold up. I'll be right back.
That's not true.
She walks into the bar, sticks a note to Arson's forehead saying, "Hey, you have to burn down that samurai's house, question mark, and then yes or no with a two check mark boxes next to him, and then just walks back out." Okay. Anyways, we were saying, something about me not jumping out of the attic to learn how to glide.
Will you or will you not propose to her?
I mean, I can certainly try, but again, 40-60 chance that she just won't understand what I'm saying.
In that case,
honestly,
I will not. I will call off the engagement.
Honestly, I only got this far because apparently a fairy just took pity on me. That said, Ron is actually shockingly pretty cool once you get to know him. Just ask Sturbon. Right, Sturbon?
Why are you bringing me into this?
Something about... Well, you met Ron.
Yeah. He's decent,
yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, he's got her back. I mean,
he's
like, in the sense that...
back. Not ours, that's for sure.
Hey, he literally set me up with her. I think he's got at least my back. I mean, my back in the way that a fairy prince has anybody's back, which is shaky at best, and I'm kind of worried there might be a dagger stuck between my shoulder blades. But, you know. She then goes in this, in a very, very rough Elvish. No offense, Aran. Into the wind. Sorry, just have to cover my bases.
Sure, you're fine. Kind of, not really.
She turns around. Do I currently have a dagger between my shoulder blades?
Yes. Didn't even look.
Really? I don't feel it. Good to know.
It's invisible. Don't worry about it.
I wouldn't put it past the fairy lord. She says, turning back around, I'm not pulling it out. It will only cause me to bleed more.
Should have said this a while ago.
What? I know how to deal with a fucking knife.
Sure you do.
Well, okay, both as a euphemism and literally.
Alright. I will postpone the engagement until you actually propose. However, that being said, I cannot stall forever.
Just become fucking immortal. My god, dude.
That's not the problem. The problem is I can only give her mother excuses for so long.
Okay, follow-up point. You yourself said that you're a bastard. Doesn't that just sort of make any claim to any noble title you have null and void?
I am a secret bastard.
Okay, but the point stands.
So I lose pretty much everything because Fleuret has the stigma of a merchant in our homeland.
Well, okay, sure, that's beside the point, but you're still a bastard. I don't think either of you really gain anything from a political marriage.
My father loses a headache.
I mean, that's one
Okay,
thing.
so your dad gains something, but do either of you gain anything? Like, an entirely reasonable question here. I understand that political marriages are a thing that happen. I understand why you would be interested in one. But you are a bastard, and she is effectively renounced her noble title. Do either of you gain anything from this arranged marriage?
She effectively renounced her noble title in Rio in Ryoichi, not here, because I'm pretty sure they don't have that stigma here.
Well, no, they don't, but even then, I don't think she's planning on becoming an ambassador anytime soon. Also, if you haven't noticed, this land is kind of in a civil war with its parent country. I wouldn't want to be a noble here, even if you paid me right about now.
I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to be a noble at all.
Okay, but the point stands, especially right now in the middle of a goddamn war. I mean, even the soldier who technically didn't serve in any conflict and instead went to fuck off with the trees would back me up on this.
Civil wars can be messy and bloody and dangerous, but also
I
profit.
think I think wars as a whole can be messy, bloody, and dangerous.
But you can get profit in both.
Well, sure, profit's great and all, but that's usually as a third-party arms dealer, not as a noble on one side of the conflict or another.
Nobles tend to die, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially in civil conflicts. Especially in civil conflicts. Oh, I know. If we take the nine-tailed fox girl alive, why don't you just take her home to your dad? I'm sure everything will go over smoothly. Especially if it is actually Tamamo no Mai. Oh, that sounds fucking hilarious.
Well, based off what Hana-chan has said, it is actually Chili Wei, which is not a kitsune.
Again, Tamamo no Mai is from China. Or this world's equivalent therein, and not a kitsune. Like, okay, she got called a kitsune because she's most famous in your homeland, but
There is a fundamental difference between that
yes,
and a kitsune.
okay, yes, I'm keenly aware, but my underlying point is that Tamamo no Mai isn't a kitsune, or she's only one in name only. I'm sorry, this must go. I'm sorry, this must be going right over your head, isn't it, Servon?
Just a tad.
Okay, so you know how Himiko is a fox, but with like, what was it, 3 tails?
Yeah.
Um, and you know how she's inclined to have magic powers, such as transforming into a very hot girl and talking?
I wouldn't call those magical powers, but sure.
Well, from a fox turning, both a fox speaking common and turning
You're,
into a very hot girl tend to not be natural.
you're talking to a druid. I can turn into a bloody fox. That
Right, but
doesn't
that's
say...
right. But your wild shape is still a fucking magical power.
True.
Look. I digress. So you understand that point, right?
Yeah, I guess.
What we're dealing with is a very similar but different fox spirit from a neighboring country that is just as prone to trickery as, say, Himiko is under the god Inari. Therefore, we should bring somebody who can use either a counterspell or dispel magic along with us to avoid the sheep situation. This isn't even me personally speaking as somebody who got turned into a sheep by her. This is speaking as if you get turned into a sheep in the middle of combat from being an Allosaurus, we're fucked.
All right.
Now, the point is that of that type of fox spirit produced a very notorious, infamous creature known as Tamamo no Mai, who had 9 tails and led to the collapse of 5 or so dynasties across his homeland, the neighboring country, and another one. Um, Before an Onmyoto turned her into a poisonous rock that sort of tried killing everyone um near her. I think I'm glossing over some points. Himiko, but Himiko, I'm getting like the effective gist of this, right?
Are you trying to talk with that Kitsune that was here earlier? She's still
Oh,
inside.
honestly, I figured Himiko would have came out here just to watch me fall flat on my ass.
There are plenty of windows. Sure, not with a great view with trees and shrubs. But there's...
Okay, but you understand my point.
Yes.
Either way, yeah. So we might be dealing with a similar type of spirit, if not that spirit outright. That's effectively what you need to understand, Sterbon.
All right.
Wait. She turns back to the samurai. Could you possibly get us in contact with Abeno Seme?
No.
Alright, fuck, we're gonna have to do this the hard way then.
Hasn't it always been do it the hard way? Or...
No, we do it the Order of the Swan way, which is close to the hard way, but with 30% more explosions.
And alcohol.
Yeah, we can't go into missions very fucking drunk. We should frankly have a company meeting about that.
Yeah, you probably should.
It's just you and Arson, alright?
Speaking of which, she pulls out some of the fairy booze and the Hellhound blood wine. Do you guys want to get very fucking drunk as we plan our next move?
No.
Alright, fine.
You just said you were gonna have a meeting about cutting down on the booze, and then the next thing you pull out booze.
Honey, I am engaged in very high self-destructive tendencies. You have to understand that.
I can,
She says, walking back inside.
wonderful.
Anyway, did you learn how to fly?
I learned how to fall with style, if that counts.
No, it was very not stylish.
It was gliding. That's just falling with style, Sturbon. Also,
Gliding.
everything I
Well,
do
that's
is
better than
style.
nothing.
Gliding
Also-
is gliding, falling is falling. Gliding is not falling with style, alright?
Gliding is controlled falling.
Sure.
Okay, look, next time we see Kagan, I will ask him.
I think controlled falling involves a parachute, but
I think that's one way to control falling. Gliding is another.
alright.
Also, Sturbon, fuck you. Everything I do is with style. She brushes her hair back.
Sure.
Some of the business card glitter falls out onto the floor. Huh.
That's what you call style.
Actually, I
never
don't know where
doing
that
it.
came from.
Ah,
Sorry, Libertas, you're gonna have to deal with
get
more
it
glitter.
next time.
The
what's
Immortale
up?
Mitlivia.
So, anyways, dealing with a nine-tailed fox spirit who's vandalizing books for some reason. Anyone have any clue? Anyone have any leads on where we should go next?
Oh, the Nine Tails is what was doing all that crazy stuff in the library?
I mean, they like to cause chaos just for fun, so.
Again, just ask Yumiko, who is somewhere.
Yes, your imaginary friend, yes. We're...
Shut. Shut the fuck up, Art. Arson's currently high. Second of all, Gorza has seen Himiko. This doesn't work in this instance, Sturbon, and you know it.
Sure.
What are you saying that
That's
because
why
of
you just
Silvar?
keep telling yourself.
Are you just
Sure.
saying this because of Silvar? Because you know what? Honestly, fair.
Dude.
Okay, so again, okay, so we don't have any leads. Is anyone practice as an Omni-OG?
Hey, what now?
Hey, Fleur, can you explain for me?
Yeah, sure. Fleur will explain to me. Well, I have to look that up. We did not cover that in my Japanese culture and civilization course.
Jeez, come on, man. What did they teach you? How to make sushi?
No.
Something anime, something tarot.
Probably right.
Well, we read the Tale of Genji, or at least a part of the Tale of Genji.
Nice.
It was just basically an accelerated history course with
Do you read
some
Requiem
reading.
Do you read the Requiem for Battleship Yamato?
No.
Damn it. It's my favorite Japanese history book. Highly recommend.
No. The Tale of Genji, some other Heian period book. Basho's travel journal. A novel called Sorekara, which just means and then. Some World War II stories, both mostly fiction, both partially fictional and entirely fictional. Watched Grave of the Fireflies, Ghost in the Shell, and Akira.
Do you want the TLDR then, Arthur?
Yes.
Okay, so an Omni-OG, a practicer of Omni-Oda, literally translates to the way of the yin and the yang, was a skilled mystic or magi from Japan who was specialized in in astrology, predicting the future and dealing with yokai and other spirits. The most famous of which being Abe no Seme, who is easier to be like told as Japanese fucking Merlin. They effectively dealt with that sort of stuff for the imperial court and during the Heian period, and are known. And I believe they still have minor practices to this day. The practice of using Hanafuda to control yokai, for instance, dates back to them, as that was their skill set, alongside obviously predicting the future using astrology, and detecting, like, say, when the March of the Yokai would happen, just so people didn't end up fucking dead, as far as they were concerned. Um, Again, as I've said, Bino Seme is the most famous one, being Half Kitsune. He is most notable for two specific instances. One is the discovery of Tomomo no Mae, and then her subsequent death and turning into the Sheshoshoki, or the poisonous rock. The other one is dealing with the One on Mount Doe, if I remember correctly, led by Ibaraki Doji. However, Shuten Doji is usually credited as the more dangerous one. Hence why Liv is asking if anyone is at all practices an Omnioji, because we're effectively dealing with the former of Abedo Seme's two great feats.
Sure. Totally an amnioji. Yep. Didn't even know what you were talking about, but sure.
Sturban, that I wasn't asking you.
Good.
I think our closest person to that would be our strong yet silent Maruyama Kenzo. He said, Aganai says, pointing over to the Dragonborn. That being said, his magic comes from the study of the arcane, not magic. Or not from any clerical sources.
Oh, I mean, it's mostly arcane in nature, not clerical. That might work. Let's keep that in mind. Now,
I mean, if we just need clerical sources, we have a paladin. Slash demon.
I don't think we want to use Daehoon to deal with her. Trust me, Sturban.
Just rip her apart and then ask her if she's demonic or not. That's probably
No.
No.
How do I put this? The aforementioned 5 dynasties she led to the destruction of. Or allegedly.
Yeah, she would be able to destroy more than just one dynasty with Daehoon.
Yeah. Daehoon honestly might just team up with her. That said, I do have a very crazy fucking plan. Let's call it Plan Z, or if all else has failed and half of the city is on fire, we go to that plan. That is where we tie Daehoon to the bedposts, rip off the Hanafuda that's currently on his arm to use to ward off the spirit.
Wait, if you want to use that against the spirit, just ask the person who made the dang thing.
I think Fleur made it out of a fluke.
At least
I made the physical thing, but Chomper blessed it.
You know what? If you want to talk, if you want to start with, actually, wait. You raise a fair point. Hey, Kimiko, do you know how to make Hanafuda?
Yes, but that's not my job.
Okay, but how do I point this out? I will go upstairs and rip off the one controlling the demon in the attic if you don't help us.
Or you just go through the process that you made to do the first one, since apparently it sounds like that was successful.
Let's call it as like a mixed success, because Daehoon still has a tendency to try and rip people's limbs off.
Although
Yes,
that
but
just
that's
might be his
Daehoon.
personality.
That's true. That could just be Daehoon and not the demon.
Which is probably why the demon chose him in the first place. You know?
Actually, I think it's more the other way around. The demon has just been in him so long it started to affect his actual psyche.
Wonderful.
Okay. How about this? I slip you some gold under the table and another fucking wild night if you just teach me how to make one tonight. If nothing else, I at least have divine magic on my quasi-divine magic on my side, so we don't have to get two people involved at once.
Okay, it's an interesting question, though. How do you know that Shinto will work against a Hanzi being?
Oh, it worked once.
It was.
I mean, okay, yes, it did lead to the creation of a poisonous rock that killed everyone who came in contact with it until a Buddhist monk came up and said, "Hey, yo, can you not do that, please?" And she'd somehow fucking go. And I just answered my own question. Hey, does anyone know any Buddhist monks?
Excuse me, what now?
Buddhist monks?
Buddhism doesn't exist here.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. What's the equivalent to Buddhism here? Does anyone, like, hold a religious belief that existence is suffering and mortals are condemned to samsara or a cycle of death and rebirth until they can eventually abandon said mortal desires and effectively become enlightened and reach nirvana?
I mean, that sort of sounds similar to what we believe. But then again, our homeland is hybridized or follows both religions at the same time.
I mean, if I remember correctly, the monk that in question that did it was still from the same place as Abe Nezeme, and thus followed that version of the religion. Though, I mean, yes, I guess if someone here can pull out Tripitaka out of the fucking ass, that would work too. If nothing else, because she would invariably try to kidnap Tripitaka, then eat him, and then Sun Wukong will just come rolling in and kick her ass.
What?
Wait, you've never read Journey to the East?
I read it in normal life, but Starbound probably not. Seeing as
Okay,
we don't
hold
have
up.
Buddhism.
She gets up, walks over to Flur's bag, pulls out her copy of Journey to the East, and hands it to Starbound.
Right.
There.
Yeah. You notice it's a study guide version. Because Fleur, it doesn't have that strong of a grasp of common.
Wonderful.
There. Your TLDR, Tripitaka is a monk, trying to deliver some scrolls from where this religion originated back to his homeland, and he's accompanied by multiple divine figures, one of which is known as Sun Wukong, or the Monkey King, who is immortal 6 ways to Sunday, and is known for being so literally terrifying. A whole bunch of demon kings rolled up to his palace and was like, "Yo, can we be cool? Can you not declare war on us? Great, great. Um, you know, common monkey things."
Let me guess. He declared war, and then 5 seconds later, and left no survivors.
No. He did go on a rampage through heaven, though. Speaking of
Sounds
which, if we
painful.
do meet Sun Wukong, make sure to refer to him as the Great Sage Equal to Heaven. either that or there's a very specific mantra you can like read out to make his circlet contract and give him like a splitting migraine. Those are your two options.
I'd rather not piss off of being like that. So we'll go with the first option.
Well, actually, if you do know that mantra to give him a splitting migraine, it does in fact work. It's long, complicated, and literally just read this. Never mind the fact that it's longer than both the Iliad and Odyssey combined.
Right.
Thanks, Arson. So TLDR, we either find so either we find a monk for whatever this world's equivalent religion to Buddhism is. We find an Onmyoji. I sleep with my teacher so she can teach me how to make a Hanafuda. Or we just start praying really hard.
Well, you don't seem like a person who prays.
No, I send an email to a goddess and she gets back to me later.
Say the more direct route.
Though she looks over at Tomper, you pray, I think.
Yes.
Again, and I cannot stress this enough, Starabon. We do not tell Daehoon about this.
Or we do and see what happens.
Between Daehoon, the demon, and Huitzilopochtli, I don't think we want anything with the power to destroy a noble dynasty being in his radar.
I'm sure there will be no survivors.
Yeah, that's sort of the problem. It's either that or we all just like go back to the celestial firmament, split up into groups, and try and find more clues.
But that's too easy.
Yes, we have never been known to take the easy route.
Yes, much to certain persons.
I vote you just sleep with your teacher, because that seems like the easiest one of them all.
Okay, so now we're getting... Well, that wasn't where I was expecting democracy to go.
That was only one vote.
Am I wrong, though?
Now, hold on. Just because I know how to make one doesn't mean I myself can make one. You can know how to do something and not be able to do it yourself.
It's called
but I just need to know. I just need to know the actions. You know what? You know what? All right, fine. She will like reach over the onto the counter, pick up Himiko, and walk off upstairs. I will see you in half an hour to 45 minutes.
Yeah. Get something good out of it, okay?
Think of Plan B.
Oh God. Oh
wow, and she did that right. Wow, and she did that right in front of Fleur. So,
did what?
Oh, great, right. I forgot how precious you are. Okay, so let's come up with a plan B really quickly. In the meantime,
don't die. Yes, that is always
all right. Well, I mean, I think that's like Plan Alpha Prime. Like before we get into actual plans, our prime objective is just not die. I mean, I suppose if we find said Foxbeard again, we could just try and take her by force. But we saw we saw whatever the fuck this is. She motions to breakfast, oscillating slightly on the counter. He pitched through said spirit at like 100 kilometers per hour.
By you?
No, by the one that's currently upstairs sleeping with a magical fox girl.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yes.
Messed up.
You think I would really sully my hands with that? Would you want to touch that?
Nope.
Exactly. So something tells me if we try to do it by force, all of our weapons and magic might just go straight through her. We could certainly try, of course. So I suppose, show of hands, who's in favor of Operation Order of the Swan? I must preface this with, please let's not try and blow up my aunt's library.
Hey, I don't do blowing up stuff. That's your sister. And arson.
Yeah, that was mostly directed at arson.
Arson's too drugged out to even know what you're saying.
Something tells me even then, arson might just start a fire.
Just spontaneously.
He is literally on fire, well, 100% of the time, every day.
Is that his fault, though?
I don't know. Can he control the fact that he's on fire? Can fire Ganassi do that? I don't understand their biology, Sturban.
Well, then you better start learning. Jeez.
Sturban, I'm barely a tiefling.
What? How could you be barely a tiefling?
Alfred.
Thank you. The only reason I'm considered a tiefling and not a Cambion is because of some weird seal that my mother is currently single-handedly keeping in place.
How nice of her.
Actually, I think it's more of a fear thing, but you know. All right. So no one wants to go in, swords drawn. I believe, as my sister would put it, guns blazing, like fucking sociopaths, or just Daehun.
That's just arson and dating, alright?
Sometimes it is.
Don't get us mixed up with our craziness.
Okay, but this is literally like a very legitimate question.
No, we could
don't
just
wanna
walk
die
in
so
with
early.
diplomat. We could just go in the diplomatic route.
I don't think the diplomatic route will work, but I am more than happy to try it again.
Depends on the type of diplomacy you do. You know, there's hostile and then there's nice.
Oh, well, Father always taught us to speak softly and carry a dagger behind our backs.
See, that's just sneaky negotiation.
Oh no, it's called, if you can get negotiations, that's great, but if negotiations fail to happen, we stab them in their fucking throat before they can even have time to react.
Yeah, that's... Okay, that's slightly hostile negotiations. Never mind. Sneaky negotiations is where if you don't get what you want, you just kill them in their sleep later that night.
Oh, well, that is also an option. However, I think that would require my younger sister again. Not that one, the one currently upstairs.
Okay.
I think we should probably find this person before we do anything first.
Before we engage in...
Yes, obviously we can't just start being diplomatic into the fucking wind. I mean, I guess you could, but I'm kind of concerned at what might answer us.
I'm sure if you do diplomacy with the wind, you'll come out just fine.
Sturban, between all of us, there is a very good chance that it would be a devil or a fae. Neither instance is good for us.
Sure.
Okay. Well, as for tracking it down, does anyone have, like, spiritual tracking bullshit?
Spiritual tracking?
Yeah, you see, it's like tracking normally, but explicitly for things that can use magic and turn invisible.
I am useless in that regard.
I can track, but
I do. Well, I could try and retune my patented boat sense into patented fox spirit sense, but I don't know if that will work quite right. I might accidentally find a ship just named the Fox.
I'm sure you'll come out just fine in that regards.
Wait. You like are friends with like 3 separate artificers, correct?
Friends, possibly.
Great. Do you think you can get them to, like, I don't know, whip up some gizmo that can, like, I guess make a noise whenever we're close to Fox Spirit?
Do you want me to ask them?
Well, I mean, that would be a good place to start, yes.
Okay. It's an interesting question.
Look, okay. Other things. Hey, Agni Kai guy over there, samurai dude.
Aganai.
Right. I'm not going to repeat that.
Yeah, just do what your sister does and call me Atonement.
Alright, fine. Atonement. What the fuck is that religion called? The not Shinto one.
Because the DM hasn't world built it yet.
Alright, fantasy Buddhism. Can you find a fantasy Buddhist monk? Are there any, like, anywhere near here that you might be aware of?
Not here. We'd have to use teleportation in order to.
Well, I mean, more than a few of us are skilled enough mages that we could probably pull it off. No, well, and by that I mean tall, scaly, and brooding in the corner. She pushes Sylvar noticeably out of the way, almost tipping his chair over.
And in full honesty, not all of us would need to go in that case.
Well, yeah, that's why I was asking you specifically.
Presumably the only ones that would need to go would be the ones that are investigating this. And Moriyama-san.
Well, I mean, hypothetically speaking, we're all investigating this, but you raise an excellent point. Moriyama, was it? Yeah, you? And Fleur, since I presume you can speak the native tongue. You two want to go on Operation Monk Hunt.
Hold on. What spell level is teleport? We'd have to wait at least a day, and then we have to do a day back, because I have already used that spell slot for now.
Do you have a higher level one?
That is true.
Great. Great. The point stands.
But we would be stuck there for the day.
I mean, fair, understandable point, but it would technically help us. Also, like, well, Fleur is probably a very skilled diplomat, all things considered, sure.
Yes, but I'd rather not go tonight. Not today, because I have made plans tonight.
Oh, ho. Right now. Are they with Liv or with somebody else?
Don't worry about it.
Alrighty, so here's what I'm going to tell you, sir. Quickly go over there, just grab her by the arm and teleport to that temple before my sister finds out anything about this. It's not for your safety or Fleur's, but for whoever the fuck dragged Fleur into this.
How do you know it's even a date? It could just be catching up with old friends.
Do you really want to trust somebody as hot-headed as my sister?
I'm sure it's fine.
Sturvon, I'm pretty sure the only one who's more hot-headed is Arson. Both literally and figuratively.
It's like...
Okay, point being that I am going to be abundantly clear here. My sister could probably accidentally wipe out a city block in now quasi-sacred fire. And, like, yeah, we can stop her. Don't get me wrong. But the fact that the fire started is not a good thing. Here, I know a great way to get the two druids on my side for this. There are trees probably on that city block.
I see. Is that how you always go with the druid?
Well, is it wrong? Are you now not interested?
Give me a second here. I'm sure Liv will figure it out if it's between friends and slight issues.
Alright, fine. Don't say I tried giving you fair warning.
For all chaos breaks loose.
Exactly.
Sure, it's fine.
She mouths back over to Mariama. Just do it when she's not looking. And a thumbs up.
Roll a persuasion check.
Alright. And let's pull up Sorath. You're not as absurd as your little sister, but you're pretty absurd, aren't you? Persuasion. If I can properly scroll. 19.
There's a slight nod, with a little squinting of the eyes.
She turns back. Alright, so that's Operation Monk Hunt. That said, we are still gonna have to form a tracking party for this. So, let's see. Gorza, Sturbon, Better Arson, Beleth, Atonement, and myself, we could probably be the tracking party. Harmony being possibly Fleur's future daughter. You understand Fleur's hometown, right?
Yes.
Great. Can you work with Chomper to see if Operation Teacher Sleeping doesn't get out?
God, dear.
And the Veritas, do you want to tie Arson down to that chair and keep an eye on him while he comes out from his eye?
Sure, why not?
Great.
So Harmony looks like she's about to say something, but then closes her mouth.
Great. Wait, right. Silver, you're also going on Operation Monk Hunt. We can't. I mean, never. Yeah, you could make a joke about not separating a slave from his mistress, but I think Aron personally would show up and kick your ass if you didn't. If she crossed international borders without you.
He says something in Draconic to Moriyama.
Okay, look, I'm not trying to be a bitch like my sister. I'm just stating a fact.
Oh no, I wasn't complaining. I was just making commentary.
Great. So we all have our designated teams sorted out, right?
I suppose so.
The Lion Cub and fuck the Lion Cub and breakfast. Which team wants to take the oscillating pile of putrid food?
Neither.
No one?
Consensus.
No one. Alrighty. Then she looks around and then just points over at Arson. Team coming down from a high can take care of the oscillating pile of putrid food. Anyone want the Lion Cub?
Presumably it should go whoever is with Liv.
I don't think Himiko necessarily wants to be watched.
Then he can stay down here until they're finished with whatever is they're doing up there. Familiars can only do so much when they are too far away from their master.
That is a fair point. Follow-up question. Can anyone make this Lion Cub breathe fire?
I'm sure there's a potion for that, or a magical artifact.
Well, I mostly meant the dragon's breath.
Or that.
I technically can, but I don't. I think taking a familiar half a world away from its creator would be a terrible idea.
Yeah, I was going to say probably not Operation Monk Hunt. Not even because of the familiar part, or the Goddess of War part, because I don't think a fire-breathing lion cub is very conducive to getting a monk on our side.
I don't think a fire-breathing familiar is good for any situation, really. But,
well, if that situation involves murder. No one here can do that?
All I know is how to stab things.
Well, from what I understand, the Lion Cub is really good at helping you stab things harder. To which said Lion Cub pulls out the broken bottle of alcohol that he was holding like a shiv during the dragon fight.
Great.
Well, I think the Lion Cub himself chose. Great. Well, then, Operation Monk Hunt, get ready for your big journey. Random civilian at the table halfway across the bar. Just keep on going on.
Ran dealt with a half dragon trying to fly in here. He kept drinking.
Chomper, Operation, Quantum Hanafuda. No, you know what you two need to do. And then that leaves Operation Fox Hunt. Let's get going then, while we still have daylight.
Great.
Now hold on, I need to do one thing really quick for you. You're not that good. Well, Fleur's definitely going to see that. Seeing that it still doesn't really work, Moriyama kind of just charges at Fleur and casts teleportation, and boom, they're both gone. All these three are gone.
Well, that wasn't where she wasn't looking, but it works. It functionally works.
It's one way of doing things, I guess.
Yeah, let's just get going and not talk about it.
Okay, so going out about the town. So,
oh, I have a wonderful idea. Why don't we split the party?
I thought that's what you were doing.
We'll split Operation Fox Hunt.
Alright, well, now there are two Order the Swan tokens out.
Great.
Yeah. We'll color code them.
Sturbon, you want to take one, I take the other?
Sure.
Great. You want to go like old playground rules on picking teams, or just we suddenly start walking off in random directions, whoever follows us is along with us?
Sure, we can go with the rain and walk away.
Alrighty then, I'm heading off in this direction.
Wait, who's controlling what?
Alright. So, red is, I'm pretty sure, is Starabon. Blue is controlled by, or led
Sorath.
by Sorath.
Yes.
Okay, Garza, who do you follow?
I'm gonna follow Starabon.
Awesome.
Okay, so, and who else was a part of the search?
Starabon, Gorza, Sorath, Beleth, Atonement,
Better Arson
Arson.
And the Kenku?
Yeah, I think she just sort of glossed over the Kenku, but I think the Kenku also was supposed to go along. And Shara.
Alright, that can be evenly split. Better Arson will go with Sorath, because Sorath knows his secret, and is at some point going to confront her about it.
I will say Shara and Beleth are on Team Sorath.
And then the other two can go with Cerebon and Gorza.
Fantastic.
So, how to designate the two groups? Yeah, well, start with blue team. Where are you going?
Checking the southern side of the city and around the celestial firmament. Presumably, there's still like quite a ruckus going on inside of the conspicuous pyramid, so trying to stay out of that.
Well, it's not a pyramid, but I understand what you're trying to say. And yeah, there is still a little bit of a ruckus. I suppose in that case, roll investigation or survival, whichever is more suiting.
Cool. Alright.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure everyone in this group was not present when encountering the being, so...
Except for Shara.
Except for Shara. So it would most certainly be what investigation for... Well, actually, investigation would make the most sense since you don't know what you're looking for.
Right. Well, fortunately, Shara is helping Sorath with her patented boat sense. There are 300 boats in a roughly 5-kilometer radius.
What was that? Second
Man,
one to 10? Yeah. That one was a 15. Okay.
And then Beleth, because Beleth also. Bruh.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. You guys know what you're doing.
Well, kind of true to what was predicted. You do find a ship that is called the Vulpin, which, for those that don't speak Latin, is yeah.
Yes.
Well, okay. Vulpus is Latin for fox, but Vulpin is essentially Anglicization of it.
Okay, I said that as a fucking joke. I mean, it's good to know, I guess.
And strangely enough, you get the sense that it's a smuggling ship.
Frankly speaking, I'm more surprised that it's docked right next to the Steel Swan. It's fucking weird, man. All of this is just fucking weird. Wait, I'm sorry. I mean, she leans in closer to better arson, and more privately, woman. And then goes back. Anyways, that's something, I guess.
Speaking of which, you do not speak of that to anyone.
Wasn't really planning on it. Just wanted to give you shit. Well, except for my sisters. Both of them also know.
Great.
Bellas is just whistling, like, a Greek lullaby, and looking away inconspicuously.
Not a word to anyone.
Or everyone.
Look, there's a 50-50 chance that everyone will find out about it by the end of the week. Not because of me. or Belith. Actually, Belith is somewhat of a gossip, but not because of me.
Ancestors give me strength.
Hey, it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure you have your reasons for presenting as a man. It's all good, but you do have to understand how this shit works. The best way to keep a secret is between two men, and one of them are dead. Or I guess a man and a woman that's pretending to be a man, and the man is dead. Anyways, I hope Sturbon's group is doing better than us.
Actually, because of that 28 and that 22, you do see signs that whatever was there has left the celestial firmament. And in addition to finding a ship called the Vulpin. But that would actually require a survival check to track the signs through the streets.
Okay, gang, let's start trying to track an invisible fox spirit. Magic powers. This time Shara, with his little Sherlock Holmes hat and plaid vest with a pipe, is going to help out Better Arson.
Oh, help Better Arson.
Yes. Under the presumption that maybe Better Arson has more... It is somewhat wise being a goddamn druid. Which is for the best, apparently.
Congratulations.
Wow.
I don't know why, but every instinct in my being is just trying to take me back to that goddamn ship.
Yeah, with Shara's guidance, Santo, or as he will point out, you say, well, I suppose if you know, then you can be allowed the privilege of knowing what my actual name is. Jian Huang.
Okay, great. I'm glad to know it. I do hope you understand that even if all of us know in the Order of the Swan, we are probably still going to call you Better Arson.
May I ask
This isn't me
why?
making her. I think it's a long-standing tradition of my sister just bullying Arson. And since she's the loudest in the room, it just propagates to everyone else. Actually, I think Sturbon's sort of like a mercenary or war profiteer. We'll just join whatever side is beneficial for him at the time.
Yep.
And we'll probably still refer to you as Better Arson, just to bully Arson.
Well, all the signs are now pointing up to the roof, and we can't get up to the roof of this residential building.
Hold on. I gotta check. Just a second. Can't get up. Can't get up to the roof of this residential building. Is okay. First of all, you can literally reverse gravity.
I have only so many spell slots, and I use both of my wallet shapes today.
Okay, but you understand my underlying point, correct?
Yes.
To which point, while the two are bickering, Belith is just going to try and use the fact that she is a trained soldier to just climb the side of the building.
Are you just trying to Assassin's Creed this?
Might as
Yes.
well. Why not?
Okay, that's going to require an athletics check.
I figured. Please don't fuck this up, Belith. Oh, thank God.
Okay, so Belith is able to Assassin's Creed her way up to the roof.
Belith will just look down at the two of them and was like, are you going to keep bickering down there, or are you going to climb up as well?
I think they'll continue bickering.
Thanks, Ghost Sturbon. Thank you. She will throw down her rope then to help them up. Come on.
Alright, so up on the roof, continue looking at the signs, and well, shoot. Hey, I hate dealing with fox spirits. This is what, second one in a month?
Damn. That's gotta be rough. Wait, is that considering the one that my sister is currently sleeping with?
That would be 3.
Okay.
No, during this... Actually, no, No, not a month. That's 3 in the past 2 weeks.
Damn, that's even worse.
Well,
That said,
especially since we had to
guessing-
fight one of them.
That said, I'm guessing by the fact that you're complaining, you lost the track.
Well, I can tell that this fox spirit is building hopping.
Let me guess. You can't jump across the alleyway, can you?
That's 30 feet.
Oh, okay. Belith, before just fucking Assassin's Creeding this shit again, Sorath will stop and cast Wall of Force to work as a bridge across.
Yeah, the trail will actually will eventually get to the point where it's just taking so long and the tracks are getting so old that it's effectively impossible to track. But you do manage to get to, let's see, from the Celestial Firmament to about here.
Right. Well, right, we have a new investigation area to look at.
Gosh. No, not that one. Alright, group 2, or blue group.
I guess it's time for our investigations. Or
Yep.
Yes, red group, not the blooming group.
Okay, red group.
get this.
And by blooming group, I mean 3 cats and a bard.
Hey, what?
3 cats.
Well, Belith,
Oh yeah.
Sorath, no, Belith, Shara, and since Better Arson's a druid, can be a 3rd cat.
Great. So it is an investigation here?
Yes.
We're going up to the north. Wonderful.
Alright, Gorza.
Ah, I see.
Let's see, and then that's...
That was so atrocious, Alex disconnected.
decided, you know what, never mind, we're not doing this.
Of
Jeez.
course. Actually, I can go ahead and roll as these people. So, you... Not that good, and let's see. Is there anyone else in the investigation group?
Oh, thank God, Gorza didn't die.
Let's see, that was Aganai, Ono-san, Sterbon, and Gorza.
I already
Well,
rolled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Starman was the first one to roll and got the
Yes.
5.
It was glorious. No one
So,
can beat it.
Gorza's the only one that
They're
has to
rolling.
roll now.
Yeah. Open up your
yeah,
character
I'm
sheet
rolling.
and click on investigation.
I'm on it. Oh.
Ah.
Yeah,
It looks like Assassin's Creed is the good rolls tonight. Because the literal ninja got the best roll.
Good job, Ninja.
Yeah, there's like nothing up here. There is nothing to even suggest that the fox spirit is up here. Though you do notice that, well, the Kenku, whose name is Onotoru, does point out that if this thing vandalized a library, that the, albeit much smaller, local library is probably a good target for future vandalization.
Fine, we can go there then. I mean, I don't see the point in vandalizing libraries, but whatever.
yeah. Let's take a look.
They're tricks, so they probably just get a kick out of watching the chaos reign from a bunch of librarians getting angry.
Weird flex, but okay.
The library is pretty small, more akin to like a mom and pop bookstore or a small town bookstore. Meanwhile, the celestial firmament is probably on the more on the level of the, I think, Library of Congress.
I see. So you can tell who has more income.
Yes. But that's
So
also so yeah, there's like a couple librarians here, not a lot, but this is a full blown library. Meanwhile, the Celestial Firmament is also a research center. So, in addition to being a library, so nothing has been done here yet.
So it might just have a problem with research facilities.
Perhaps.
Potentially. Not a big fan of research, I suppose.
But it is a library. So we can always do research here while everyone else does all the hard work.
Are you just going to hang out in that library?
Sure. Why not?
They're just hanging out
some more knowledge.
While the other team is just chilling on a rooftop, like having lunch.
No, we lost the spirit. Okay, let's relax now.
You know, we should probably investigate. You know, we should probably investigate some more better arson. Oh, can you please pass the tea?
Yeah, right from my homeland. The good stuff.
Hey, look, I didn't bring up anything more than just if you could pass the tea. Let's not get spicy here about that. I'm keenly aware that you're good at making tea, we're good at making wine. We all have our cultural strengths. I mean, okay, yes, Fleurs and Atonements is currently chewing rice up to ferment it and then just sort of vomiting it into a bottle to make booze like a baby bird, like feeding a baby bird, but you know, the point stands.
I think you're blowing the process of making sake a bit out of proportion.
Just a bit.
Okay, but it is still a point that they do that. You know what? Hold up. Fine. Before you pass the tea, I'll do something. Sorath is going to shoot a sending to Sturbon, effectively along the lines of so we found like where the tracks lead off to. It's just past the giant Dehun statue. If you hit the smaller Dehun statue, you've gone too far.
I'm just reading at this point. Sure, cool, wonderful. We'll get to that right away.
Alternatively, if you find a smuggling ship named the Vulpin, the Steel Swan is right next to it, so you can ask the artificers for thing.
All right.
We would, but we're currently enjoying some nice jelly donuts and tea.
What a coincidence.
She
You're
says the jelly
enjoying
donuts. She says the jelly donuts bit as she's like eating, as she's like finishes eating, like chewing on some onigiri, and looking dead in the eyes of Better Arson.
Better Arson doesn't. Looks like he doesn't care. He's kind of smirking a little bit. It's like, oh, but if those three heard you say that, they'd be so angry.
So, well, if you get the chance, so we'll even say visa, right? Great.
No worries.
To which she goes back to eating.
So, just so you know, Sorath, I believe it was, those three are, well, actually, none of them are technically this, since it's kind of a human thing. the culture is Yamato. I'm more of along the lines of Hansa.
Alright, fine. Say the Jelly Donut stings to them, not to you. Got it.
Correct.
We should probably get investigating again soon.
Yes.
Okay. There's
Alright.
so much fun.
Also, you all bully Arson. Is there any reason for that?
Sarath just sort of shrugs. Something about a rite of passage, I think. He's by far the youngest of the Order of the Swan. Frankly speaking, you'll either need to ask my sister or Sturbon about it.
He and that pseudo dragon look particularly close.
Well, also knowing my sister, she might just say, because it's fun to see his face. Actually, it's no wonder why she gets so well along with the fox spirit. Point being is that Sturbon might give you more of a straight answer.
He and that one lady, I believe you called her Chomper, pretty close. I believe Jody Hua said something that she's a pseudo dragon.
It's complicated, but understand that if it weren't for the laws of this land, I would have killed her. She says, standing up, then realizing that she's at the edge of the roof of the building and is not her sister, and just steps back.
You know, if it weren't for the no calling for help rule, I would have just flexed on him by conjuring a bunch of animals.
Oh, man. Oh, that reminds me. I suppose you could take this up with, atonement? When we first met each other, I just summoned a bunch of pixies, which is awkward. I could have done that again, to be fair, but my sister's rules. Actually, I likely would have done that just because it would have been funny to see you turn into a T-Rex and try and eat him. Let alone a flying T-Rex.
A shepherd druid, so...
Well, okay, sure, that might not be in your skill house, but that's in mine, is my point. Though, speaking of shepherd druid, you know a way to get down from this building that doesn't involve whatever the fuck my sister's going to do really quickly? To which Belith is currently looking out for any conspicuous piles of leaves, hay cards, and the like to do a leap of faith from Assassin's Creed.
Let down a rope. We climb down, and then you can do whatever it is you're going to try to do.
Yeah, you know what? Let's start with the rope option. That said, is there a conspicuous pile of leaves, hay, or other things for Beleth to do a leap of faith from Assassin's Creed into?
Roll a perception check.
Alrighty. I swear to God, if the shenanigans actually works.
Yes, there is.
Great. She immediately jumps off in the T-pose position of a leap of faith from Assassin's Creed into the pile of leaves.
So cool.
Yep, definitely getting the rope out.
Yeah, if she had waited, could have untied the rope or unhooked the rope, and it would have been a lot easier if she was the last person to get off the roof, not the first.
I don't. She sort of marches to the beat of her own drum. It makes for a very skilled warrior, but it does mean she has some eccentricities. And that's coming from another Felrid, so you know how that goes. Presumably, you did work in a Gia. Okay, just you wait here. She will sort of like pull out the string of rope and uh start and like unfurl it, dropping it towards the ground. And just before it leaves her hands, casts animate objects through it so it becomes taut. There, does that solve your problem?
Apart from the fact that it's moving around like a snake.
Look, if it hisses at you, you're a druid, you know what to do. To which the part of it that's like barely touching the ground tries rattling like a rattlesnake.
And I think it's fair to say that you go back to investigation once you're back on the floor, or on the ground. In any case, the evening comes to find night. You don't find any more signs of this person.
Damn. Where the fuck is Sturbon?
Teaching Gorzia to fight.
What?
Hey. You cut out there, but let's not forget what happens when we tried to teach our last party member anything. We got Dehun started on a night sheet. Look, you know what? No clue what the fuck that group's doing. Let's just return to the bar, better Arson. You can wait for them there.
Eventually, both groups will return.
Oh fuck,
Wait,
we're back home.
wait! That's the wrong place. That's the wrong map.
Audrey's even there.
That's the wrong map. I only realized it was the wrong map after I dragged you there.
Ah, F.
Ah.
Big F.
Yes.
There we go.
What? No.
F rescinded.
Alright, so...
Alrighty, Operation Fox Hunt.
I
think failure, I see.
I think first of all, actually, before we get to what everyone coming back to the bear brawler, let's just temporarily move the relevant tokens. Well, keep you and you in here because, and actually we'll put Miss Olivia in that room for just to say that she's not in this room.
She's not in the main room currently. She's doing something else.
Yes. So let's go ahead and put all these tokens outside because they are not present. Neither are Cerebon or Gorza. This is just so that they can see into the main bar area. So, Ghost, Cerebon, and Gorza.
Ghostra.
Alright.
Libertas has gone back in to the kitchen area.
Breakfast is acting like a 3-point harness, dropping a high arson to the chair.
I think Arson's a bit incapacitated, both mentally and physically.
It's important to make sure that he doesn't hurt himself in his drug-induced stupor.
Do I have any good tokens to represent this person? Because I didn't think to do this beforehand. Let's see, do I still have that token on the map? Or did I get rid of it? Do I even still have that map? Is a good question. No, I don't. So we're just gonna have to do this. So, the party is gone for a good bit. Libertas has, of course, gone and started making food for dinner. There aren't any other patrons. In fact, Harmony has gone into the back to do some training. Chomper has gone into her room. So it is pretty much just breakfast and arson. You do eventually hear the door open and close, but doesn't see anything.
Like a submarine's periscope, one of the eye stalks from breakfast pops over the chair, just scans the bar in an unnerving 360-degree turn before slowly periscoping back down into the main body. It should be worth noting, and I will have to tell Sol this later, but to make sure that Arson is staying well fed and hydrated for this entire thing is more or less tube feeding Arson baked beans.
Ah. Yeah, eventually well, what are you?
The periscoping eye comes back up and scans again.
There is nothing in the room, as far as breakfast can tell.
Before just slowly moving back down.
Must say, I've never seen anything quite like you.
Breakfast just oscillates slightly from the vibration of mostly Arson breathing / even while drugged out of his mind, half choking down baked beans. But also the new creature talking in the middle of the bar.
Oh, you would make an interesting hostage.
Breakfast, one of Breakfast's tendrils just moves across the bar, goes to where like the ice is kept behind the bar, forms an ice pack, and puts it on Arson's head. Then realizes, wait, he's a fire Gadasi, and puts it over the fire before it starts boiling, and then puts it back on Arson's head.
Glorious.
And let's see. Why is that unrecognized? Did I do the wrong? Hold on. What is? No, Oh, I see what I did wrong. Does a 28 hit breakfast?
Oh, very much so.
Now, given that this person doesn't know what our breakfast is immune to, a bolt of fire strikes breakfast as a. This is just a placeholder token. No, breakfast was there. The familiar sight of the fox lady from the library appears.
That he whizzed through.
Yes.
The telescoping eye comes back out, points directly towards her. To which another tendril just like moves over, like where one might presume a mouse should be, making a shh motion as the tendril hit by the bolt of fire. Really patted over Arson's forehead to help deal with his near close call with sepsis.
Well, that didn't work. She kind of looks a bit disappointed. But I have other means. And she is going to cast, if I can find it. Where the heck is it? Wait, did I accidentally not prepare that for her? She should have that prepared. Oh, anyway, she casts Hold Monster on breakfast.
Oh, great. Much like a non-Newtonian fluid hardens up into, again, a brace around Arson.
I'm going to need breakfast to roll a save of some kind.
Isn't it wisdom, I believe? For hold monster.
Yes.
Okay.
That is a 5th level. Breakfast, your amorphous form locks up as you are paralyzed.
Mildly uncomfortable for Arson, incredibly uncomfortable for breakfast as the flow of beans stops.
She will begin pulling breakfast off and stuffing him into a jar.
He's currently like locked around Arson. Again, like a pilot's harness. It's going to take a bit more than just pulling on him. Especially now that he's paralyzed. I'm just saying.
Well, at the very least, I have you where I want you. The point, but if I have to knock you out, I will.
With whatever muscle twitch that breakfast can muster is just a a Morse code again.
And basically, if breakfast isn't going to do anything for the next minute, she's just going to lay into him with a bunch of attacks that are at a +12.
I don't know if you can do anything well paralyzed. I have to check.
Let's see, paralyzed for the duration, no effect for undead. At the end of each of its turns, it can make another wisdom saving throw.
Paralyzed. Can't move. Yeah, incapacitated. Automatically fails strength and dex saving throws. Yeah, well, I suppose then I will roll another will save for breakfast. To see if he breaks 3.
You may want to keep that up. That does not save, actually.
That's sad. I'm also. Oh god.
But also, she's coming in with a. You would presume that it's a shocking grasp, but it does psychic damage as your mind is racked when she goes through the motions, not actually shocking breakfast.
Okay, well, mildly in pain. Breakfast just, like, motions his eye over to the unconscious Arson and back to her, like, come on, bitch. What the fuck?
And it takes 16 psychic damage.
Okay. Then, alright, breakfast. Let's see if we can do it again.
Nope.
No.
No.
Wait. Is this like an underflow error where he moves back into the positive?
No.
Well, at least she can also crit fail.
That does the 13 hit.
Well, does it? Well, yes, it would, but she does also critically miss. She rolled a nat 1.
Do those actually... Is a natural
Yes.
one an automatic miss?
Yes, that's how that works. Just like a natural 20 is an automatic hit.
Alright. I was just asking because it does make sense considering that rule.
Yeah.
Alright, again with the wisdom save.
Breakfast is going to roll his eyes at that. Well, that's better. Not good enough, but better.
12 psychic damage.
Cool.
Is breakfast still conscious?
Oh yes, quite a bit so.
Alright. Ah.
Bruh. Does a 23 succeed?
Yes, it does.
Flood suddenly returning to his amorphous form. He just mutters out, "Love, what the fuck are you doing?" As you can see, I'm currently tending to an unconscious person.
Yes, and I'm taking you hostage.
Honestly, it's quite very rude. Do you want another hostage? There's the pseudo-dragon term girl out somewhere, the quantum girl outside.
Oh no, I want whatever the 9 hells you are.
Actually, I'm not from the Nine Hells, but could try.
Is he still within
well,
melee range, or is he going to fly away?
Oh, he quite literally just moves, so, Brett Arson is between the two of them. Look, the flow of beams starting back up again.
Alright.
Look, I honestly doubt I could take you in a fight. That's very fair. But, could you at least just sit there and wait until he wakes up?
No, I need to make sure there aren't any witnesses. As she goes again to cast Firebolt, which does strike you, and you expect it to not hurt at all. No, this hurts. With 13 points of psychic damage.
Okay. You do understand that you can turn invisible, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then do you also understand the fact that, like, you can just and hear me out here, wait until he's better, well invisible. I honestly doubt anyone besides him will notice I'm gone.
I won't take that chance. Wait, no, that was damage. It should have been that. Okay, there you take the 11 psychic damage.
Look, I hope you understand. Alright, fine. But you do understand, right? That I don't think they necessarily care. The Vulpin certainly does not. You know what?
I just see this as a win-win for me.
You know what? Fuck this. Fuck you. I'm out of here. To which he is going to ooze through the floorboards.
Wisdom save as she upcasts hold monster.
Oh, he's doing that on his turn. Like, he is moving before she can cast another spell.
Okay, upstairs or down?
Well, seeing as he's closer to the crawl space underneath the floor, I'm guessing the floorboards means down.
Okay then. Still need you to make a save, but this time make it a dexterity save.
Fuck fist. If you die, our son will be quite disappointed.
Nope. Alright. How powerful do I want to make this?
If she grapples him, then that's another problem.
No. The problem is casting this so that someone doesn't die. Which, actually, or would she know that? Though is another question. Well, he can survive. He will probably survive as long as max damage isn't done. Actually, no, he's guaranteed to survive. There it is. Okay, so you are hit with 27. 27 4. No, wait. Shit, I actually don't know what's in your spell list for that level. Hold on while I check her spell book.
Bruh.
27 electric or no lightning damage.
Hold up. Wait, does it not cast at all?
I believe you said
It does.
Yeah.
But no, I'm doing something else. But there's no reason to. Yep, he is going to cast that, so it's half of 27 rounded down. I believe what 26 divided by 2 is 13. Yeah, 13. Great, he's still conscious. Yes, he starts melting through the floorboards.
Okay.
I want to point out, he had 18 hit points left, so he's barely just conscious.
I don't remember how much Arson had, but
Can't you access Arson's spell sheet? I mean,
yeah, yes, I can, but I assume Soul thought that we were getting a long rest, so Arson is at full, according to the sheet.
Well then.
I think he's still like less than 27 though.
No, yeah.
Hold on. Chomper did heal him.
Yes.
So that pretty sure that was 6 plus 9 plus 8.
Chomper did, and then whatever the fuck the doctor did, if that actually healed at all.
Oh, yeah, cure wounds. Why is there 2 things of healing for Liv's cure wounds?
The Liv didn't. Oh, Liv, if I remember correctly, probably upcasted it then.
Well, it's it says 1 on one side and 8 on the other. I just scroll back up the chat.
1d8 plus the spellcasting ability modifier. So I'm not sure, because I know her spellcasting ability modifier should be what, like +8.
Oh, plus 8? Then Arson's still alive. He's still conscious.
No, it was just because she upcasted it. Because, yeah, it rolled 2d8.
Okay, but point stands, Arson is still up.
Yeah.
Barely. So, both of them, both Breakfast and Arson are still barely up.
Breakfast is going to Odysseus his way through the crawl space out back to get Harmony.
I'm going to say that if you're going to try to do this without her overhearing you, you're going to have to roll stealth.
Okay. If stealth doesn't work, they're running like hell and trying to get the monk to help. It can help. Literally anything. Bro, what the fuck, breakfast?
Alright, so, now, since you're underneath the floorboards, you don't know if that worked or not. What's breakfast speed?
Let me pull breakfast up. 30, but he'd presumably be using its action to dash.
Alright. So he gets to about here with regards to the being in the floorboards. To which, there's a crashing sound, or well, more of the sound of something like a door slamming open, and going to need to roll another save.
Of what variety?
Dexterity.
Okay.
Alright, wow. 50 lightning damage.
Well, it doesn't reach his maximum with a negative. Especially because he would still probably try and reaction. Absorb elements, but it wouldn't do enough.
Now, where exactly can you see, ma'am? Oh, wait, you should actually probably be on that side of the door. Okay. And she's going to center it about like this. Harmony, would you actually be right where I put you? Or would you actually be... Yeah, I think you would be right there. And now I have to check to see if you have any special features that give you resistance to lightning damage.
Super crazy, reasonable question to ask. Would this be able to be heard from wherever the fuck Liv dragged Kimiko off to?
Yep.
Yes, since it's... You
Literally
hear...
just answer.
You hear... So... yes. You hear one loud bang, and then 6 seconds later, another loud bang. As you also hear screaming from Harmony.
God. Himiko, come on, get dressed. We gotta stop. The Draconids might be back. To what she will pull Lunch 2 Electric Boogaloo out of her bag, softly kiss it on its Italian bread forehead, and let it go to roll off as the first count. To which it does a very similar thing to breakfast of just melting through the floorboards, being an amorphous blob.
Alright, and well, there's the smell of soot. but that's pretty much all. Though it does appear that whatever was on the tables has been thrown off, as if there was a big explosion.
Oh, neat.
But there is nothing in the room, apart from an unconscious Arson.
Well, he's not dead, that's fine. I don't have to file an HR report. Come on, Himiko, let's... Himiko, can you go get Libertas? I'm gonna go...
What?
Knowing Harmony, I'm gonna go... Yep, great. Trackers might be back. Though I don't know if they blew up last time we dealt with them, so I'm gonna... You wanna go get Harmony? I'm gonna go check the door. Into the back, dining area.
Alright. A little bit later, well, like, within seconds, Harmony comes back in. Kind of smells like soot. Or, yeah, the smell of campfire.
Cool.
And I need death saving throws for breakfast.
Breakfast? Yeah, I figured. Sweetheart underneath the floor. Let's see. Death saves. Oh, wonderful. He failed. Fuck.
Do a second one.
Keep going?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this might be painful for Arson. And... Chua. Okay, so breakfast died.
Great.
Just flat out.
I finally killed him!
Unfortunately, now, the Bear Brawler is now haunted by a British man. Also, rotting food underneath the floorboards. That's a follow-up point.
Yeah, but no one knows that he's down there.
Well, Libertas will eventually figure it out. By smell alone. That is, of course, unless lunch, doesn't find breakfast first and consumes the remains to grow in power.
What just happened?
Smells relatively of a healthy breakfast, campfire, but that's just arson all the time, and tossed around dinnerware? So something tells me, like, somebody just waltzed in and tried to attack and kill breakfast?
I don't... All I know is that... all I know is I was just training outside and then just got erupted into flames. Though I didn't feel pain from the fire, I felt pain from electricity.
Oh, well, fuck. If it was an actual fire, then yeah, that might have actually hurt breakfast. Well then, she looks over at Himiko. Yeah, sorry, we're gonna have to take a rain check on finishing that. She says, she says, looking over at Himiko. Though, there is always the second part of you teaching me how to make a Hanafuda.
And eventually, the both groups would return.
Great.
Neat. It's very clear Liv hastily got dressed because she's still a bit disheveled. Oh, hey, great, you two are along with everyone else that you're carrying with you. What's good?
We found another library.
Did you find the fox in the library?
No, we just found a library. It was good. It was a good
Did
day.
you learn any more druid bullshit?
Nope.
Well, that's unfortunate. I was having a very pleasant afternoon until an explosion, just happened downstairs.
Great. Arson got too much weed again. Such a shame.
No, given the smell, I don't think that was arson.
Really?
Well, if it was arson and there was an explosion, A, the barrel roller would be on fire.
True.
B, it would also smell like sulfur. And slightly of weed.
Great. So who caused an explosion?
No clue.
Veritas?
I don't think Libertas would cause an explosion in his own bar.
Who knows? He might have gotten into the liquor.
I would not.
Something tells me Libertas, even if he was in the liquor, knows how to handle his booze.
Be a bit unfortunate if he couldn't.
Well, especially in his own bar. And like another bar, such as say like the Happy Face, for instance, sure, might just fucking blow up one night to deal with his competition. But like, here, gods, I don't think Libertas would do that.
No, I love this place.
That said, I don't know who got a good shot of whoever the fuck did this, since Tarvany was just trading and then suddenly was being electrocuted half to death.
In a burst of fire, of all things.
I was dealing with my own own things with stuff. She glances over to Kimiko. That stuff. So great. I'm gonna go take the fox spirit and sit down and try to figure how to make a Hanafuda. Alright? You guys want to discuss, libraries and fox tracking to Libertas, who might have more brain cells than me right about now? I'm not hearing a no from you, Sturbon. Thanks. To what she will grab Himiko and go over to the table.
Yeah. Sure. So, now wait a moment. Let me go get the pseudo dragon. I think it would be more beneficial if she were involved.
Oh, alright. I think you don't trust my connection with Anana, and I kind of don't know how to feel about that, but yeah, go get Chomper. Alright, time for arts and crafts with a fox spirit.
Alright, Fox teams, what did you discover?
A library. It was great.
Fox tracks leading up to a roof not too far from here.
Okay.
I think Bellis might have a future in, like, parkour. And, that I should always refer to Onigiri as jelly donuts around 3 people. She says, turning back to the 3 of people.
Well, 2 of them.
Yes, 2 of the 3 people.
Don't ever call them that.
I love donuts. Jelly-filled are my favorite. Sharo meow slightly about some shit before that no one gets because the 2 druids are currently in their normal form before walking off over to the arts and crafts table. His master. So let me get this straight. You found a library. We found tracks. The tracks dead ended. You found nothing. Well, except for knowledge, which is the greatest treasure of all.
Yep, that's why I tried to teach Gore
What did you try and teach Gorza?
how to study. Or read books, at least.
Gorza, are you illiterate?
Who knows?
Did you
I
ask
didn't
her?
ask.
Or did you just start reading children's books to her?
No, I just started telling her to read certain books, and then I went and read books.
Okay, hold up. Gorza, are you literate?
Scores are here.
Looks like she is.
I can't hear though.
Gorza, you're just staring off into the void. Okay, well, we'll get a ring check on whether or not Gorza is literate or not. I still have some of the jelly donuts from lunch if you guys would like to discuss making a, fox spirit finding machine using, artificer bullshit. She says, pulling out the onigiri and shockingly 1 jelly-filled donut. Wonderful discussion, gang.
Yep, absolutely wonderful.
There isn't a no here, though, so are we pro getting artificers involved to make a device, or anti getting artificers involved to make a device?
Could we just do both? Or?
I don't think we can have our cake and eat it too in this situation. Either we make the device to use it, or we don't and continue fucking around in the city a bit more.
So what I'm hearing is make a device. Gotcha.
Yeah, we need to go talk with artificer friends.
Sure.
That said, we just got back. Let's relax a bit before running off to the Steel Swan. If nothing else, because, well, the most persuasive one here. Well, persuasive. She says, with a tinge of, my god, my younger sister can be very annoying if she doesn't get her way. Is currently doing arts and crafts. So let's enjoy some tea from Better Arson's homeland, some jelly-filled donuts, and some wine. Right?
All right.
Great.
Right? I'm going to need a knowledge. No, knowledge doesn't exist in this system.
I'm guessing religion.
Yes. Wait, what? That's the wrong character sheet. I want to pull up Chomper's character sheet, not Liv's.
Well, let me pull up Liv's. Actually Liv's. Dead average. Dead average, but with a worse modifier.
But she technically did better.
I'm glad we can have a solid C average game. Well, okay, wait, let me roll again for Liv, because Sharo realistically would have given giving out the help action. Yeah, that's better.
It's like,
That's at least like a B.
it's like,
Char just looking at it, going, no. According to Fleur, it's like that. Oh, thanks.
it needs to be this stroke first and then that one.
Oh, thanks, Shara. I don't know why you can write in fucking fantasy Japanese, but not cuneiform. There's literally 3 times the languages, or alphabets. Fuck.
You do manage to produce a Hanafuda.
Great. Okay, so now we're gonna have to mass reproduce these.
Great.
Well, okay, but the good news is that we got one.
Just
A
make
solid.
like 20 of them.
Yes, a solid 1. I mean, she looks down at it, thinks for a second, pulls out another piece of the paper that they're using it for, and tries to make another really quickly. Would I need to roll again?
Yes. Be sure to
Okay.
remember this advantage.
Yes, because of Shara somehow understanding the 3 fantasy Japanese languages, but not his own.
Not as good as the other one, but it's passable.
Okay. Chomper, did you actually produce one?
Religion?
Well,
No.
you did already
Well,
roll
yeah.
religion.
Yeah, she manages to produce a second one. It's acceptable.
Okay, great. So we have 5 between the 2 of us. Wonderful. So if I remember correctly, I'm not sure if this works on like relatively Fey logic or what, but I think we need to plaster one of these on the entrance to the Bear Brawler, another to the Steel Swan, possibly a third to the Celestial Firmament's entrance, and then we take the other 2 to beat the shit out of a Fox Spirit. Not that
Sure.
Fox Spirit. I mean, like, yeah, sure, but like, get her consent first if you're going to do that. Oh, but we are also going to ask Tegan and the gang for Fox detector, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that can't go wrong at all. You want to do it now or in the morning?
Good question. What time is it? Just the evening?
Early evening.
Probably doing it in the morning when we... So we
All
don't
right,
have
great.
to deal with the tricks of some fox class.
Well, let's start with one of the Hanafuda really quickly, as she will go out to the front entrance. Sort of like in the back of her mind, thinking of pictures of torii gates she's seen from actual Japan, and sort of all of a sudden, namely Libertas, because it's his bar, hears the pounding of a nail as she is pounding as she nails the Hanafuda to the top of the doorway and walks back in. Okay, well, we got one.
Libertas shakes his head disapprovingly.
Well, if that's the case, then let's I guess have dinner, and we'll meet up in the morning to go bully Tegan and the gang for
Right.
Fox Finder 9000.
Alright. The night passes, you get your long rest, and we will pick up next week, maybe?
Well, I'm fine with next week because it's